Gentlemen, how's it going? This is Paul coming at you with another video. Real quick one today, but one that's really going to come in handy and covers a very common question I get asked quite a bit. We're going to be talking about the perfect set and rep combinations to build that lean, chiseled Greek god kind of physique. So, jumping right in, what is the perfect number of set and repetitions? Well, I work within a range of 5 to 10 reps. Don't like going much lower than that. Don't like going much above that. This tends to be the sweet spot you're going to want to spend the majority of your time with if you're after that lean, chiseled, muscular look. Now, you're going to be doing between 3 and 5 sets depending on how much weight you're using and what repetition range you're using. And we're going to get into that right now. Generally speaking, if you're using higher loads in the neighborhood of say 80 to 85% of your 1 rep max, and you're doing lower repetitions with that weight, say 5 to 7 reps, you're going to be doing more sets. Take your classic 5x5 for example. Now on the flip side of that, when you're working with the higher end of the rep range, that 8 to 10 typical bodybuilding hypertrophy rep range, you're going to be doing your classic 3 to 4 sets. Now, you ever wonder why that is? Well, if you look at these classic set and rep ranges, your 3x10s, your 4x8s, your 5x5s, they all come in that 25 to 30 repetition range. And that's because that creates the perfect storm kind of scenario between load, how much weight you can handle, and total volume, how many total reps you get. You're looking for a 30 rep sweet spot. That's why you're going to be doing more sets with lower reps and higher loads, and fewer sets with those more moderate loads and higher repetitions. Okay, so that kind of demystifies things there a little bit for you. Now, the perfect number of sets and reps for dense muscle building. Okay, this is getting a little bit into the aesthetic body you're trying to create. Now, if you're looking for that angular, rock hard look, a la Christian Bale and American Psycho, you're going to be wanting to be train with heavier loads in that lower rep range. This is because it doesn't cause excessive amounts of sarcoplasmic hypertrophy, meaning water or liquid retention within the muscle groups. It's only going to stimulate myofibrillar hypertrophy. In other words, the muscle fibers themselves, okay, become thicker, become bigger, so it gives you that real dense, angular look. There's this ludicrous idea that high reps and low weight is what to do if you want to tone, and that's complete bullshit. I have no idea where that comes from. Ignore anybody that says that and run the opposite direction, okay? So what about if you want a fuller, rounder look in particular muscle groups like the shoulders and arms? You take a look at Zac Efron here. He's a really lean, chiseled dude, but he's got really good full arm development here, and I guarantee in order to achieve this aesthetic here, he incorporated some higher reps, some 8 to 10 repetition ranges for those arms and shoulders to really give them that fullness and that roundness. Okay, so those are the two aesthetic effects that you're looking at with the different set and repetition ranges, and it definitely makes sense to use both. Okay, so here's an example workout. We're going to take upper back work for instance. Okay, so maybe on Monday you're going to do some heavy dumbbell rowing, all right? Creating, again, that dense, angular muscle with some heavy one-arm dumbbell rows. I think it's a really safe way to lift heavy for the back. And then moving on to a different, more mid-range or hypertrophy rep range for the upper back, you might do some good old-fashioned pull-ups, all right? Your typical 4 sets at 8 to 10, and on Friday, you're going to do something more in the middle of the rep range with some bent over barbell rows for 3 sets of 8. What you're looking at here is a really simple example of how you're going to mix up different set and rep ranges for the same muscle group from workout to not only accelerate your results, but create the aesthetic look you really want. All right, so just a quick recap. What we learned is you want to spend the majority of your time training in that 5 to 10 rep range, and you're going to be using 3 to 5 sets. Now, you're looking for that 30 repetition sweet spot. So that's basically going to dictate that you're going to be doing more sets with lower repetitions and fewer sets with your higher repetitions. And the whole reason for doing all this is it simply gets you results faster and it creates the aesthetic that you're really looking for. All right, so like I said, short one today, guys. Keep an eye out for my emails as usual. Try not to go more than a week, putting out some good actionable advice like this video, blog post, whatever I can do to help you achieve the physique you're looking for, the confidence, the energy, the focus to just kick more ass and enjoy life more in general. Thanks for stopping by, and we'll talk soon.